Welcome back, everyone, to apparently last episode was not episode 5. It was episode 6, I think. I have apparently still. I had the episodes wrong. Look at me. I have no clue. But this time we're gonna go through a bit more. A new sun has risen. You have marked it with a claw mark upon the wall of your den. You may leave through the entrance to explore Half-Bone Valley, or enter the Dream Nook to rest. Look at this. As you're returning to your den at dusk, an odd keening noise draws your attention. Investigating, you discover a strange sight. Two groups of tailless beings are rotating, gyrating on their spindly hind legs while clutching each other with their forepaws. What could this strange dance be? The dark ones are no-tail givers. You can smell their musky, oily scents, each one different, but the bright ones. What are they? They appear somewhat like no-tail birthers, but they are most certainly not. Eerily, each one of them has the exact same smell, with not a trace of difference, as though they are just one being pretending to be many. They are giving off a powerful birth scent, perhaps too powerful, and laced with overtones of blackberries and lightning. And the heat radiating from their bodies makes them almost glow in your eyes. The shrill noise is coming from them, a song of sorts, their voices lifted in a too perfect harmony. The no-tail givers seem transfixed by them, and as the dance continues, the brightlings, for that is what you are decided to call them, draw the givers in closer and closer, allowing more and more touches from their forepaws. One by one, the couples detach from the dancers and retreat into the trees, each pair separate from the others. Finally, only one pair remains. What do you do? Attack the pair while they are distracted? Wait, and when they leave, follow them into the trees. Attempt to sing into the mind of the no-tail giver? Attempt to sing into the mind of a brightling birther. Return to your den. This is not something to involve yourself in. I am planning to wait. The no-tail and the brightling go a short distance into the forest, and then they start touching each other in different ways. Ultimately, it seems as though they are wrestling, although they've never known a fight to be so devoid of fear, and though the giver seems to be winning, the birther doesn't seem to mind at all. Strange. Eventually, they stop this bizarre dance, and the giver falls asleep. Then, before your very muscle, the brightling birther simply disappears. No trace of it whatsoever remains, not even a scent. The feathers on your crest stand on end. There is something very odd, very unnatural going on here. You feel that you are in danger. What do? Get out of here as fast as you can. The opportunity to attack a sleeping note is too good to pass up. Attack the unconscious giver. Something strange glimmers around the sleeping note's neck. Try to quickly remove it. Keeping your footfall slow and gradual, but your body light, you creep up to the no-tailed sleeping form and nibble through the string of wood-striated skin, freeing the object. Taking it up in your jaws, you make a silent escape. Back at your den, you find that there is something odd about the object you have found. Perhaps it is valuable in some way. A lodestone! I think it's time to go for a hunt. There are several scents in there, one familiar to this place, but a few others. Which one will you follow? The familiar scent of Longear, a bizarre mix of scents dominated by a caustic no-tail smell. A tiny scale beast smelling of meadows. Ooh, the wind has spoken to your nose and ears, bringing tidings of a tailless hunter in the area. It is, as of yet, ignorant of you. A great distance still remains to close before you are near to it. The wind favors you in this hunt. The tailless hunter is upwind from you. It will take longer for your scent to reach it. Keep still and observe. It is still free. Silent draw nearer. It is as of yet ignorant of you. It is still possible to draw closer to it, but at this range you can make out its markings. It is completely oblivious to your presence. It is so close, the scent of its essence stirs the fire within your core. Strike. Yes! Haha. You strike through, destroying your prey in an instant. You feel a sense of pride and accomplishment in your skill. You gain a lot of energy. The oily flavor of its flesh is vaguely reminiscent of a tusk snorts. But it is something else, a spicy layer which tastes like lightning. It is strangely appealing, and the meal is over far too soon. A famous scent of Longear. You have caught the scent of a Longear on the breeze. It seems completely oblivious to your presence. A great distance. So I draw nearer. You strike through, destroying your prey in an instant. Its fragrant flesh, you taste the flavor of spring, the grass of summer, and the hidden root treasures of the fields. You have gained some energy. I think that's enough. The tailless hunters have been following your tracks. They are not yet near your den, but you must find a new home in the Great Green before you are discovered. This is the first warning, guys. You get a second warning, and when you get the second warning, you got to hurry by that point to basically find your the Great Green. This here, this labyrinth symbol, normally I go through there and do it. It's a labyrinth sort of thing, and you get really good things through there. And you need to, and in there, in this labyrinth, are a few basically artifacts or treasures you basically need in when you are an adult to gain a few things. You can substitute with just a shiny few stones, but it's really pricey. But I don't know go through it. It's been roughly 2 years since last time I've been in there. I need to. Don't remember. I think I'm gonna do the deer, the bird, and the wolf. Normally I go through these two also, but not this time, I don't think. If it had been 2 years ago, I would have done it, but not now. Woodstriders, the crowned, beloved of the green. Many are the names of these pure, swift beings who, though quite large for a fur beast, move with an almost impossible grace. You have heard of them, but this is your first encounter with a clan of their kind. All of them bear a spirit crown, which was said to have been given to them by the spirit of the green. Incredibly, one of their crowns have even manifested physically, adorning its head in reality. Powerful music indeed. The twice crowned one turns its slender head to gaze at you, and you feel something stir within your breast. You feel admiration, connection, hunger. What do you feel, guys, when you look at this? And based on if you look at all the episodes and your story, backstory, lore, everything, just think about it for a few minutes, maybe. I can just sit here for a while, but look at this. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Hand-drawn art is perfection. You feel admiration. Such grace! Their limbs flow like water, carrying them from leaf above to grass below, and between the great trees, as though they are of one form, one essence. With the great green itself, their hearts are purer than the sky. Perhaps you will, one day, become as intimate as a lover of the woods as they. You come across a trio of lesser spearbills. They seem distracted by some kind of discussion. What do? Attack swiftly before they are aware of you. Wait and observe. You begin to catch shreds of their conversation. And so we must proceed with the assumption that all things can be understood given time and observation. The core elements of reality, earth, air, water, fire, are predictable and finite, and all things proceed from their motion. It cannot be denied that there is such a thing as expert knowledge, and that such knowledge has both value and merit. Thus, it is that the wisest of beings are gathered information. Disagreement, says another, slanting its head slightly to the left. The true nature of objects is clearly unknowable. The desires of the observer, as well as the limitation of its senses, ensure that no matter how much information is collected, the true nature of external creatures or even objects remains forever out of reach. The wisest observer attempts to understand themselves, and by having a great control of their own cognition, can get closer to the truth than those who remain ignorant of their own psychology. The mark of wisdom is not information, but self-knowledge. Both of you, says the third, dipping its beak briefly into the water, are making the same mistake. You are assuming that objects have a true nature to begin with. The one song is empty of all meaning and even substance. It is not that truth is hidden by the senses, but that it never existed to begin with. It is but a vain hope of limited beings. A wise being does not seek to accumulate a wealth of information, nor even to understand themselves, for none of these things can be said to matter or even exist. The one song is empty, and a truly wise being knows only one thing, that they know nothing, and abandoning all need for understanding, simply lives, freedom of all judgment. The wisdom of the drag is renowned. Let us ask the one hiding ineffectively nearby. One suggests, and with subtle motion of their heads, they turn their eyes and ears to you. Which is the nature of wisdom? Is it based upon information, self-knowledge, or upon abandoning these things and simply living? This question here, for me, well, wisdom is rooted in the gaining of knowledge. Wisdom is rooted in the quest for self-awareness. Wisdom is rooted in the enjoyment of life, accepting that all things are empty. Confess that you don't know the true nature of wisdom. If you forgo that I have played through this game a few times now, my first, and I completely honest here. No, wisdom is not is rooted in the gain of knowledge. People can say that. People can say that, but that is not what they're asking me. What I think. Wisdom is rooted in quest of self-awareness. Wisdom is rooted in the enjoyment of life, accepting that all things are empty. Well, for me, if they're asking me, in the moment, here and now, my true answer, the first time, completely honest here, the first time, is right here. It's the exact answer I would ask anyone in the real world. Confess that you do not know the true nature of wisdom. We have been outdone, cries one. Humility is the base of all three paths, the common force behind all. Indeed, agrees the second. Knowledge cannot be gained without a realization of one's own ignorance. Self-knowledge cannot be found without understanding one's own limitations. And the emptiness cannot be discovered without a reliance on one's own pride and self-importance. By refusing to compete, the Drake has won, said the third. We acknowledge his superiority, and we relate his victory to the air. Spreading their wings, they bow their heads in unison and take wing. Their song echoes throughout the valley. The young drake has wisdom. Perhaps this shall bring you renown. You will certainly learn something this day about the importance of humility. You brother among the kin. Excuse me. This here is also a clue to the basically the hidden ending. If you want to play it, I can a bit evil here. No, I cannot do this. It looks like a wolf, and then this. What do you like to investigate this area? Yes. Look at this. I get chills each time I see this and hear this. You have ranged far this sun and are returning to your lair when the dusk is suddenly split by the most beautiful sound you have ever heard. It is not the work of just one animal. Several beings are raising up a song, each of their voices distinct and important in the braided music which pours out from them. It can only be the mighty clan singers, whose music is renowned among all. These beautiful hunters are said to cultivate invisible, shining bonds between each other's souls, binding them together in clans, which are then capable of carrying out fearsome, elaborate dances of destruction where many move with one mind, one will, to be victorious in battle and in the hunt. Pausing, you listen to the music. We are the people of the far-telling song, who sing with their one voice, which is many voices. To be alone is a weakness. To be together is strength. Praise be the great green shard of the mother's being, pouring out sweetness in the crystal pure waters, and the ruby sweet essence of our honorable prey. Praise be our prey, whose flesh becomes ours, givers of life, dance partners eternal. We remember with song your great sacrifice. Praise be to those who come before, our ancestors who learned to walk across love and violence, across being one and being many, and not be split in twine. Praise be the earth, great mother of us all, for we love her and are one in her. Fear now our song of joy. No, hear now our song of joy. We live, we live, we live. Every voice is distinct, and yet they all flow together and around each other. When two strike the same note, they instantly split apart, as though each voice should always be heard, and yet each is a support and partner to every other. It is like a blessed forest, a great green of music. The clan singers. Music is indeed wondrous, but their strange togetherness is somehow both right and wrong. Brilliant, yet a violation of the spirit of independence, a strength alone which guides the kin. In that moment, you feel fascinated by their strange unity and the power it brings them, disgusted by the foolish praise of cooperation and dependence, moved to raise your own song of joy with theirs. Indifference. These lesser fervors are nothing to you. Me personally, I'm a positive person. I'm a positive Drac. Okay. Fascinated. Could there be some hidden power in relying on others? You were taught by the voice that nothing is ever given in this life. You must take all things with your own mouth, your own claws, make your own music, force your own way. Mostrak would surely say that the clan singer's song, while beautiful to hear, is a deception. Only alone can one find the strength to grow and become truly great. And yet, the thought crosses your mind that perhaps they are wrong. Perhaps you could somehow benefit from binding yourself to another. But no sane Drac would willingly enter into either debasing the servitude nor constraining leadership of another entity. To even entertain the notion that the singers have something to teach a Drac marks you as either a brilliant incandescent or a weak, self-destructive fool. Time will tell which is the case. For now, you content yourself to listen to the music, which all agree is a wonder and a beauty. This here, the dreaming, lucid dreaming, this is the ability I was talking about in the last episode, where you can go take a dream, and basically lucid dream. You enhance one of the elements here, a whole tier up, temporarily. You spend a day to do that. And look, I still have plenty of time. I think I do this. I think this is gonna be a longer episode, guys. I'm gonna go through this event and another one, because this is basically leads to the part 2 of the game, basically, and the biggest of the game. Honestly, you have come to a sacred place. Any god beast could sense it. A verdant gateway, redolent with laurel, mint, and sweet decay. A being more powerful than even the kin has claimed this place, and what lies beyond. This is the entrance to the Great Green. The Great Green, the forest primal where your people have hunted since the first kin emerged from its chamber. It is infinite in its beauty and its danger, changing as the turnings pass. Though its denizens of long ago are mostly gone, the spirit of the Great Green remains, forever in its perfect state of constant transformation. This is the end of Hearthbone Valley, where great Darktooth lays claim to the land and no tales build their inscrutable objects. No Talus has sullied this place beyond with its otherish presence. Once you cross this threshold and take it for your own, it shall be your true home, your domain. You may never return to Hearthbone Valley unless it be by Darktooth's permission, or to challenge him, a feat of which you will surely be incapable for centuries. The trees sway gently, and in them you can almost see hidden shapes, visions of what may be, how you might build your life in the wild. Has the time come at last? Will you gather up your treasures and leave Halfbone Valley behind to begin the next verse in the song of your life? Normally, I wouldn't do this. It is still this. It is still a plenty for me to do in this valley. But hmm. For everyone here, and for me, it's getting late. I need to work, so it feels wrong to do this. I am a completionist. I want to do everything to get the most things, but I can have more shiny things, I think. In fact, this powerful item was created by the Delvers. It uses unique magic which somehow used sound to literally shake apart nearby solid objects, allowing them to separate valuable resources from the surrounding rock. It can also be used as a makeshift weapon when pointed at one's foe and activated, perhaps even able to affect subtle beings. Be aware that it has only a certain amount of essence of a sort left within. 100 pieces of treasure to most other sentient beings if undepleted, and 20 if depleted. To Delphi, it is worth double that. Yes, I am ready. Deep in your core, you sense that this is the boundary of your infancy. If you continue on, there will be no returning. Are you truly certain that it is time for you to leave Halfbone Valley, the place of your hatching, behind? I am. It hurt a bit there. To be honest, that hurt a bit. You return to your den and swallow up your treasure. You know that they are mere trinkets compared to the wonders that await discovery in your true home to be. But they represent the trials, the precious failures and successes from which you first learned, and you will regurgitate them when you have found your lair within the great green. Pausing, you take one last look at the tiny den, already too small, which was your first home outside the chamber. It will become a haven for other god beasts, and you begrudge them not. You have made up your mind, and this land is no longer your home. As you return to the boundary and take a single step across, your feathers rise instinctively. The spirit of the green is watching you, judging you. And it is not alone in doing so. Remember, everyone, we are not alone. We are not we are not a survivor drac or a dying species. Oh no. A coppery mass lunges at you from behind a nearby tree. You narrowly avoid being hit by a raking talon. Your attack is a true kin, and a hatchling, as you are, from its scent, it is obviously a fruit of the same creator. A brother. One of his rear legs is warped, weathered and inward turned by some true trick of the One Song. You decide to call this young kin Twist. See, I would have sympathy, but not in this world. I'm sorry, Twist. It draws itself into a much of the it draws itself into as much of a traditional pose of shadow as it can and hisses at you. Invader, defiler, turn back. The heart of the great green is mine. I alone, I alone am worthy to inherit the prey-ripe realm of my creator, the land for which is suffered, for which is was destroyed. My justice shall descend upon all who enter as surely and executably as the fall of night. Begone, or feel my wrath. Apparently, Twist has claimed the Great Green, and quite recently at that. It has not properly sand marked the border, nor does its essence yet creep through the soil or sing through the wind, as it does when the land recognizes a new monarch. What will you do? Ask about Twist and its territory it claims. Inform Twist that you are its sibling and closest kin. Offer its treasure for the right to rule the Great Green. Mock its deformity. Express pity of its deformity. Challenge Twist for its territory. Leave the Great Green and search for another territory. Challenge. Let it be so. I will show you the true strength of mind which has overcome my every obstacle. There can be no hatchling among the kin who is more clever than I. As challenged, it is my right to set the terms. If you can answer 2 riddles, one after the other, I shall withdraw forever. Savor that fantasy while you can. You will not be victorious. Let the mind challenge begin. Times unnumbered have you taken me in, and just as often give me back, only to take me in again. The very next moment. What am I? Air. My fur and feathers are green, though my essence flows not red. Your beginnings was within me, and so shall be your end. What am I? Earth. Sorry, Twist. You are victorious. Your superiority proven, Twist is forced to slither away in search of a new home. With so little land unclaimed in this world, weighted down by both youth and deformity, its chances are slim. But such is the way, the good way of the Draken. The strong survive, and the weak perish. Nothing now stands in your way. It is time to cross the threshold. With essence ablaze, you enter this realm, this place of magic, this setting for the grand adventure which shall be your life. The great green shall belong to you, and you shall belong to it, so it is sung by the music in your heart. Following custom, you journey for 5 full suns after leaving Hearthbone Valley. Your new home must not be too close to Darktooth. You will need a good and wide hunting ground, and the Elder's power shall not be slighted. You are gloriously alone. There is no trace of the No-Tails here, nor has there ever been. Their kind has never marred the heart of the Great Green, the wild forest's primeval. This turning of earth draws to a close. A cold wind ruffles your feathers. The trees are shedding, their scales falling around you in golden tribute. A bone-deep fatigue sets in. Your first great sleep looms. You must find a lair to claim and a place to lay your body and your treasure. I say it how many times I need to say it. Beautiful. Look at this artwork. One crisp sun, you see it, a high swell of Earth's flesh, a place of sight and safety. It is high enough to survey the lands around it with impunity, yet low enough to allow easy access for a young king such as yourself who cannot yet tread the air. Near the top of the great hill, you find a source of blessed water murmuring down the stone into a small pool. The earth beside it has been hollowed out by some good beasts. In time, now gone, it will take time, but you may be able to expand it into a proper lair. Your weary paws are unwilling to move from this place. You drink deeply from the cool, clear water before going to sleep inside the shelter, hoping for a sign that this hilltop refuge is meant to become yours. Look at this. I get shivers. Look at us. And this. You can call it Mother Nature itself. The Great Green. Or, to be more precise, the spirit of this Great Green. As you sleep, you dream. Something is touching you lightly, so lightly that it's only a touch of soul. But you smell its mighty essence around you, over you. It is greater than the greatest kin, and yet less than the least, devoid of a body, and yet holds your entire being within itself. It cradles you in a wordless song, which is the wind in the grass and the flowing waters. The trees sing prayers to it in reverent creaks and rustles. It remains with you for a time, and then silently withdraws, your innermost being reaching after it as it passes from you. When you awaken, you know in your core that the soul of this land, this spirit wood, half of the Great Green, has accepted your presence here. Your essence and mind are in agreement. This land shall be yours. All that remains is to announce your claim to the other kin, and hope that they do not challenge it. After scent marking the surrounding regions, you lift up your forepaws from the ground and spread your wings, reaching out with voice and mind. You sing the traditional song of claiming. Here I stand, under the sun's gaze, my claws firmly rooted in the land. In the name of air, fire, water, and earth, I take this land unto myself. Its flesh is my flesh, and its essence, my essence. All god beasts here I claim as my prey, source of my life. All treasures here are now here I name unto myself. So it is sung, and so it may be. Only the wind answers, and as the sun fades with no challenges, no replies from any other kin, This land is now yours by right, and not a moment too soon. Your first great sleep is nearly upon you. Look at this. Look at this. Fall leaves, green, excuse me, the sea. You dig out a smaller chamber within the cave opening, atop the hill, and lay your body down within it. Your mind is sliding downwards into a warm void. With the last of your strength, you seal over the chamber, and the darkness swallows you. Part 2. For the structure that will rise, time is with materials filled. Our todays and yesterdays are the blocks with which we build. Thus alone we attain to those turrets what they are, where they eye sees the world as one vast plain and one boundless reach of sky. There are no measures within the great sleep. You have become unacquainted with time. After beyond long absence, your mind begins to drip back into your body. A drop per moon, per sun, per turning. You cannot be sure. Eventually, you can feel your flanks moving with each slow breath, your limbs, your scales, your feathers. When you at last feel your eyes again, you open them to the darkness. Briefly, you see nothing, but it is still a minor victory. Suns later, you guess, you are able to drag your claws against the packed wall of dirt sealing you in. You are so weak that you fear you may die here. At last, however, you see signs of light. You are desperately thirsty and so hungry you cannot even feel your core, but you have survived your first great sleep. You widen the gap and squeeze your body out through it, surprised at the difficulty. The reason soon becomes clear. You have shed the short limbs and coppery armor of infancy for more colorful coverings and a larger, sleeker frame. It is almost like having a brand new body. You have left your old life in Hearthbone Valley behind completely. The Great Four have put their mark upon you as well. Your armor and feathers have taken on the colors of the elements which you have favored. Already you are unique, different from all other Drak. The sight of your current self fills you with pride. Quite a long time has passed, but you have endured. The warming earth below your paws, the air flowing over the hilltop, and even the water which you now drink, all taste of adventure. Your world has grown larger. This land, this spirit wood, is greater than Hearthbone Valley. As you explore and claim its treasure, you will be tested in new ways. With each success and failure, you will learn and grow and be able to take on greater challenges. Prey here is more diverse and also more dangerous. Tiny creatures can no longer sustain you. Tree tails and long ears are too small to fuel this new body. You must seek larger prey. In time, you will also have to deal with other Drakkin. Challengers may attempt to take your lands from you at any time, and the nearby territories have masters of their own. You are still too young to challenge them for their lands, should you decide them, but not too young to learn of their ways and truths. Set word from your lair, you can barely make out the great tree where rests the spirit of the great green. It has accepted your presence, but if you wish to deepen your relationship with it, you must find your way to its home. No tales have no presence in the first forest. Your time here is limited only by your own growth and your ability to protect against those kids who would take it from you. Your infancy is over, and your adolescence has begun. Explore, grow strong, and find treasure. It is only by learning that you will gather the power necessary to become great. I will just show everyone here. Look at this. Our former home was just this tiny valley. And now, look at this. But that is gonna be all for this time, my friends. That was for this time. I have no idea. I lost time how long this video is. But that was part 1. Took 2 or 3 years to complete. But thanks for you have watched. Leave a like. I don't know. Leave a like if you want. Maybe a comment if I can figure out how to activate the commentary function. Well, see you next time. Orion Galaxy out.